It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Howell, first play, going to throw it. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Throwing here, Howell. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Browns defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with a run by Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw from his end zone. Wall. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That's returnable now for Smith. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. They go play action with Howell. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this Browns defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Browns, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Howell down to throw it. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking to throw. Wall. He's got Smith here. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Downs going in motion left. Back to throw now on first down. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. To try here for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They go play action here on first down. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here, down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wall flushed out right. That is caught.
Missed.
It will not go down. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Smith is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it here with Rivers. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And Howe will throw it. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. Howell. That is caught inside the 5. Inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Here we go.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Charbonnet fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Charbonnet. And this time he is in. Zach Charbonnet, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. Down the sideline he goes. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. We saw plenty of throws like those in the swamp last fall. It's a first down for the rookie from Florida.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Wall. Touchdown, Browns. David Ncaa24, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Loses it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Hopkins' kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Now for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second and 9 now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Throw left side, complete to McLeod. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on first and goal. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Let's go.
Now Howell. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Three tight ends up front here, third and goal.
Come on. Set. Hurt. Go check. Hiking 18. Ready.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This short pass into the hands of Ncaa24. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Right back to Ncaa24. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll run for it here with Smith. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for 28 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 3-yard line.
18, right here.
Here's Howell. Escaping the pressure right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now.
17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Powers ahead, puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break.
Mustang 19. Go.
Back to throw, Howell. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. And that'll make this a 10-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And the pick 6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game.
He's got him in. Complete.
Down to the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Wall. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Troy Anderson.
And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Next to score, Seahawks 42, Browns 32.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Throwing here, Howell. He's going to air one out. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Big play there. 69 yards. And the Seahawks are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Sidney Brown with it. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
A 1st down carry for Smith. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is make.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Lions. Let's go. Ready?
Howell from the gun.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. To throw from his end zone. Wall over the middle, complete to Judy. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Wall. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Wall. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
This is caught, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Let's go.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Second and 6.
Hey, smash, drop, go. Come on, set.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.